So this global event that has happened, it is helping all of us to take this sacred pause.
Mm.
And in this pause, what would you say is the synergy? What would you say is the gift in this seemingly uproar of a time where, this virus has, certainly brought structures, it's changed jobs, families, different ways of being, civil rights, all these things. But what is actually the synergy? What is actually the gifts that this event has brought forward?
Mm. In one word, sovereignty.
Mhm.
In my personal experience, I can only speak of my personal experience in the context of my life, in a humble way. So for me, when I say sovereignty, what I mean is we get to see how much I get to see how much I rely on a certain system of governance in my life for food, for my career, for my water, for, almost everything that I need to live my life. And this system is such a blessing. For me, what's been helpful is to see what's happening with equanimity and neutrality. And from this perspective, I get to stay in an expanded state of awareness that allows me to see what's really happening around me and how I can approach this situation in my life in the best way. So, for example, some things that I've been doing is planting seeds. Simple. We can do this wherever we are. You can ask your neighbor for soil, or if you don't have access to soil, you can go to Home Depot. There's a Home Depot almost everywhere in the United States. And planting seeds of herbs, planting tomatoes, planting whatever vegetables and fruits grow best in your area. This gift is giving us the opportunity to come back to our own hands and to create with sovereignty in our lives so that we don't have to rely as much on the system that we have been operating in, and instead take our lives into our own hands to accept that I have free will in this life, that I get to, in each moment, choose which direction I want to go with whatever choices I have around me. And this is something that I have been sharing and conversing about with some friends around the island that are also doing the same thing, planting seeds, building a garden, in whatever space you have. If you're living in a smaller apartment or a studio, you can still get some pots and plants. If you have access to land around you, you can plant it directly in the dirt. And seeing the change that's happening in some friends in particular, how their energy is changing. They're starting to realize, they're starting to wake up and rekindle this relationship with the earth, rekindle this relationship with their sovereignty. And saying, actually, yeah, I can grow my own food and I would prefer it in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
So coming back to this word sovereignty every day and reflecting, how can I be more sovereign in my own life? How can I adapt and be flexible to what's happening around me instead of fighting it and pushing it? For example, I share weekly sound healing at Lumeria here in Maui, and this is something that I look forward to every Tuesday. Unfortunately, many places have closed, or fortunately, many places have closed. Other studios that I share at and offer healing sessions, and I'm thinking, well, what can I do? Because the first few days I was frustrated for sure. I was angry because it just brings so much joy and fulfillment into my life. But now I have to think of another way. How can I get my message? How can I get my medicine to people? And I just started to look around and explore with curiosity and gratitude. And thanks to Zoom, I have been able to now shift to online virtual sound healing ceremonies, which for me it's a trip. It really is a trip. And this is just, again, from my own personal experience, but I invite each one of us to see, if you feel that anger, if you feel that frustration, of course, that's normal. But see that this is an opportunity for us to explore, why is it that I'm feeling these strong emotions? And how can I adapt to what's around me? Our lives are not going to go back to normal, which is a gift in itself as well, because it's giving us the opportunity, if we so choose with our free will, to elevate and to reorient ourselves and recalibrate to where the collective energy is moving.